The news media was quick to declare the end of Google Stadia after only 2 years since their launch. With the studio head stepping down and developers looking for new jobs, things just don't look good. But is that all there is to this story? Just another end to another platform? What about Google's claims that Stadia will still go on using third-party releases? We talk about the future of Stadia and more this week on the Free Play Podcast.
You are listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network.
What's up, nerds? My name's Bubba Stallcup, and you are watching or listening.
You're doing whatever you want to do.
Sort of thing. To the Free Play Podcast, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network. And join with me, as always, are a couple of my good friends and co-founders here at Love Thy Nerd, Matt Warmbier.
What do you do?
What that thing do. And also Kate Katawaki.
Hello.
Who told me that she did not put on extra makeup.
No, I
did
say
makeup?
I did.
Kate.
I just
Very
put on
fresh
one little
face today.
I put
just
on
one.
That's
right
what I
here.
noticed.
That's it.
That was the
one
thing that I noticed.
Just one
On
little
one
kind of
eye.
like
Just-
Asian
both
looking
eyes.
Yeah.
swoop. I saw
We'll
it on
call
a
him-
Really,
YouTube
you're
video.
going all out today, like 2 eyes.
I know. Well, as I told Bubba, it's like important to have show wardrobe and show makeup ready to go. And I see neither of you are prepared for
Well,
either.
Hold on, you didn't see my beard before I brushed it because
Mm-hmm.
I brushed it before I sat down for this. Okay, I got. The
It's not
wild
very
beard.
long. What did it look like?
Okay, but Aaron, noticed I have a double chin beard that comes down. Like the bottom part of the beard back here likes to come out more, so you get double chin. She's like, "That's not going to work." She said this yesterday. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
It's like my eyes
Okay.
are watering from laughing.
I
Double
both
chin
don't want to
beard.
talk about it, and I want to only talk about it for
Well,
the next
time
20
I
minutes.
won't brush.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know. There's a reason why I'm wearing a hat because my hair was crazy. I don't want people seeing crazy hair.
No, it's fine.
Crazy hair.
You
don't
look
get-
hip
See?
and
You trim your nose hairs, you trim your ear hairs, and you put a hat on. Okay.
okay. I'll write that down
Hey.
for next week.
Yeah, write it down. Okay, I didn't say
I'll
anything
do
about
it.
makeup. Just do what I said.
I'll do what you said,
as
and I'll
I
do it
do.
next week, and then we'll cover.
That's how Matt puts
my
on his
experience.
face. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, sometimes I trim my eyebrows because they're a little wild too. I'm getting old.
Wow. Hey guys, welcome to the Free Play Beauty Salon here, and we're gonna give you some makeup tips. Watching on twitch.tv/love thy nerd. It's basically a
Well,
tutorial.
I'm going to go to Amazon, do an Amazon Live, and try to sell some products. So
Matt, you and I both know
Scissors for eyebrows.
nobody is using.
Hey, why don't you make some of
Amazon.
those ads and we can use it on the audio version of this podcast? There you go. There's your homework.
Oh, like WandaVision.
like
ads.
WandaVision,
Make one for scissors.
You need scissors at home?
which I'm gonna be real. I can't wait for the spoiler video to come out from Screen Rant Cast, whatever that.
Screen Crush.
That's the one. Screen Crush.
Fine.
It's fine.
I can't wait for that to come out because
fine.
I don't really understand the reference in the ad in WandaVision this week.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to
it's
say
it's from
because,
Age of Ultron.
you know, I
It's
didn't
from
watch
Age of
it.
Ultron.
Is it?
It's-
Okay.
It's not really a spoiler. It's like when she threw that bomb up and it blew up that building. That was in that city. The name of the thing was
Oh, got it.
that city. There
Okay.
it is, yeah.
I need to go back and legit watch everything again. I just need to.
I went back.
down.
Oh, Civil War. I'm sorry. Yeah, Civil War. I'm sorry, Civil War. Give me a freaking break, nerds.
Yeah, X-Men 2. Got
They're
it.
trying to help you, not
X-Men
look
2
foolish.
Electric
They're trying to
Boogaloo.
help
No,
you.
they're yelling at me. I actually went through and my boys and I have been watching through all the Marvel movies again. Well, their
Serious?
first time, me again. So it's been really helpful to kind of like be watching them and then watching WandaVision and be like, all right, yes, that's all making sense. I understand what's going on here. But I have not seen, and we're gonna watch that maybe tonight. Captain Marvel. Like I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I haven't seen Captain
Because you
Marvel
haven't watched
or
it.
Ant-Man
That's why.
Wasp.
That's why you haven't seen it. Is because you haven't watched
Dude,
it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is
Okay, those
I
are my
like it.
next
I
two
really
to
like
watch.
it.
And then we're going into. We just watched.
I like Paul Rudd though.
We're going into Endgame after those two.
Okay.
So
I think it's probably wise. If you're watching WandaVision, to go back and just do a little bit of legwork and research and all sorts of stuff. I will tell you, listener, viewer, Matt and I have watched WandaVision. We're all caught up. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh
Don't you
boy.
spoil it. Anybody?
And for those of
watching
you
or
who
listening?
haven't watched it, you're just like me and saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say."
Kate is so
Do you not
bored
get
when
excited
we're
about stuff
talking
anymore,
about
Kate?
this.
Jeez.
Huh?
Do you not get excited about stuff anymore?
I get excited about other things.
You do your makeup one time, you're just above everybody. I get it.
I know.
Hey, it happens to the best of us.
Get on my level. Brush your beard better.
I brushed my teeth.
That doesn't
Oh, so did I.
Well,
What are the odds?
whatever.
No,
here's
hey,
here's a
seriously.
story for you, though. I told you this before.
Oh,
that I
yeah,
had a
when
story
you're-
that I was going to tell you
I'm ready.
guys, but I save it for the podcast.
Yeah, it's been saved.
So 2 days ago, I woke up like normal.
Yeah.
It's a
Good,
great
keep it up.
story.
And
Yeah,
my
I like it
right
so far.
leg, like, you know where the ball joint of your leg meets the hip?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
this
the ball
thing?
joint.
Yeah,
hip
familiar with
flexor,
it.
Hip flexor.
I was in so much pain I could barely walk. It was so embarrassing and cringy. And I'm like, what happened?
What happened?
What happened? Nothing happened. Like, I mean, I was sitting at my desk Monday and Tuesday, and I like pulled my leg over and was sitting like that, and it was really weird. It was
Maybe you should
Steven-
stress. Like, this is not the first time
No,
that you
well,
have
here
seriously
it gets,
injured
It
yourself
gets better. It gets better.
sitting.
Well, better for you, worse for me. So I just happened to go to the chiropractor that day because I have a once a month standing appointment now.
Good. Yeah, good.
So I went and I told him, I said, my leg hurts. And
You better crack that thing up.
he did crack it and he looked at it and he's like, well, you have this thing called, I forget what it's
Legs.
called. It was a long,
Myalgia.
it was a long thing. And he said, I think it happened because you've been sitting for too long.
Glycemic, Probably so, yeah. I have to do like this move where I'm like standing up and like while I'm working, like you probably can't see me very well.
We can get you a standing desk.
No, I don't want to stand desk. I
Well,
like to
here-
sit too.
Well,
Well, like
you
a sit-stand desk.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. You
Okay, go
put the
ahead, sorry.
desk down. So I ended up buying a standing desk and it's not going to get here till mid-March. But
You bought the wrong one.
They didn't say it was back ordered until the purchase was already done, and then it said on the little receipt, back ordered. It's like, hello. Anyways, I'm gonna be
I
fine.
think it's pelvic
But
congestion.
he was
yeah.
like, that's not what it's called. It's called FAI, whatever that stands for.
It's,
FIA.
if-
Fi?
I kind of also
Finally,
think
what
I
was
pitched.
FAI?
No, I pitched to him today when I went because I feel a lot better today, and I pitched to him and I said I think it's a combo of this, whatever you said, from sitting for too long, and also maybe another drum injury because
Yeah, you're
Were you-
double bass too much.
Were you haggling with the diagnosis with
No,
your doctor?
I pitched my
like
theory.
he would say something and then you would say something and then
What if
you
you
would
would
WebMD it.
I pitched my theory and said, "What do you think of this theory?" And he said, "It's very plausible." But that
not
you've been
practical.
sitting for so long lately that just everything's stacked on top. And he told me not to Google it because he said it's scary. So I Googled it, and it was like,
Where did you Google it though?
I just
did-
everywhere on
just-
Google.
She asked Jeeves.
And it
Yeah.
said all this stuff that sounded like Chris Gwaltney hernia surgery. Like you need surgery,
yeah.
and they're going to do this and this and this. I'm like, no.
Kate,
So-
if we can get you some bionic legs,
You'd be great.
So that's the story that I knew would make you guys happy. That I hurt
like
my
it.
Finally
leg
catching up
sitting
to
down.
my level. You finally have gotten on my level.
I've gotten
I like
injured way more
I
than
like
you.
that a lot.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but for doing far less.
You two have had some issues like standing up, sitting down, like
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Bubba's
you
back.
put
yeah,
it back out.
bacchiotomy. Yeah, when you had your bacchiotomy.
Hey, that sucked a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna sit my body up.
You're real
straight.
fidgety though. Like I sit.
I have to fidget.
I just
man.
sit.
God, actually, I'm a lot better in the fidget department than I used to be.
Doesn't sound like it because you keep
No,
saying how fidgety you are.
You
You've
didn't
said it
know me.
multiple
Ask-
times.
Ask Erin; she knows. I've actually can hold mostly still.
What?
try.
That is not what you said on Monday.
Yeah, mostly still.
That is not
like
what you said.
72% still.
Stop it.
My gosh.
Matt sometimes plays
This
the quiet
is-
game with himself just to
Can you
practice.
do it? Can you sit here and not wiggle your legs for 2 minutes?
I don't
If you
know,
do,
but
you
good
can
luck.
Get up and walk.
Good luck.
No, that's a hard pass for me. Hard pass.
Oh my.
Speaking of
Anyways.
not being able to walk, I did some computer repair work yesterday.
On your computer?
On my
Oh,
computer.
because you got a new.
I got a graphics card in.
Yeah.
So what
And
happened to
I-
it? Is it broken now?
No, it's fine. No, yeah, right? Like I was worried. My kids were like hovering around the table and I'm like, back off. Step back from the thing. And so, I upgraded the video card that was in here and it's pretty cool. It's got an LCD screen on it. And so I put the LTN logo on it and it's got blinky blinks.
Hey,
I'm like a pro gamer over here.
Well, I'm really
ask
happy
you-
for you.
Can I ask you
Yeah.
about your shattered glass on your?
Oh yeah. So Chad said, yeah, CPU is fine. Chad sent a new one. Like he contacted, I think he had it in hand, the new one, before he got a response from USPS.
So
and
they
it had to
actually
come from like
paid for it.
Beijing.
Oh, but they paid for it though.
Yeah, they just
Okay,
replaced it.
Great. I was
Oh,
just a little afraid that it
nice.
wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So
No, it did. And like he had it and I was like, just maybe send it to me after the new year. So like right as we started 2021, he shipped it out.
New year, new glass.
New Year.
Oh
new year.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's working. I mean, obviously we're doing this and my computer's not lighting on fire. So that's pretty cool.
That's really great. Mine made some weird noises. I've been really like thoughtful about like blowing it with the spray air, like opening it all up, spraying it all out.
WD-40? Is
Yeah,
that
that's
is that
the
the
one.
WD-40?
Like doing it, like about every week and a half, I would say. Maybe a week.
Really?
About, yeah. Like I'm been pretty on it, but like the fan started making like a kind of a loud noise. I was like, why are you doing this? It's fine today though.
Oh, hey, we need to go in and I need to show you how to like control your fan speed.
Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Blah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about that.
Blah.
Save for the podcast next week.
Blah
Hey,
blah blah.
Kate's saying blah blah blah. Like we didn't get her a new computer. Like,
Well, technically,
we
you
didn't.
didn't. It came from Jamie, so.
That's
And
true.
I also
But
don't
we-
mess
but
with
we
it
got
and,
it for
and
you.
break it like how you guys break your stuff.
you're
I haven't broken
you're
anything.
welcome.
I actually feel really good about stuff. I feel good about being able to like fix my stuff.
Yeah, mine
right now.
ain't broke.
I added my own Wi-Fi Bluetooth antennae to it.
Antennae? Is
Oh,
that
that's
what you
right.
I put it in there. Oh, they have antenna on it, but it's more than that.
Antennae, yeah.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a professional or something.
Computer
like that.
bros over
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah, I'm hacker bro.
It just
Hacker man.
that's our next show, Matt.
Hacker
Hey,
Bro.
this is Matt and Bubba, and you're watching Hacker Bros.
No, hold still. We're
Lord
gonna hack
have
into your
mercy.
computer. What?
Yours. Yeah, just need a
No,
little bit of
no.
information.
Okay.
Yep. Well, hey, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the games that we've been playing, and we want to hear from you if you're here on Twitch with us. What have you been playing? Let us know, and maybe we'll talk about it coming up in the next segment right here on the Free Play Podcast.
What up, nerd? Thank you for listening to this podcast from the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. We hope you're enjoying it. But hey, did you know that Love Thy Nerd airs almost all of its podcasts first on LTN Radio? That's right. LTN Radio is your home for the best Christian rock, rap, pop, and indie music. And it's also the place to go to hear Love Thy Nerd's content before it reaches the podcast feed. In addition to that, Love Thy Nerd creates a lot of content that's exclusive to LTN Radio that you're missing out on. So go check out ltnonair.com and listen for yourself. You can also download the Live 365 app on your smartphone and search and favorite LTN Radio, or enable the LTN Radio skill on your Echo devices and simply ask Alexa to play Love Thy Nerd. Now let's get you back to that podcast.
Welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. My name is Matt. Nope. My name's Bubba.
Are you serious?
I was looking right
Okay,
at
hey, you hang up and I'll come back in and I'll be in the Bubba spot.
You
Look
don't
at me.
know who you
Look at me.
are.
I'm the Bubba now. I'm the Bubba.
Sometimes when you look at somebody, you say their name. And I was looking directly at Matt. So next time I'll be Kate. Who knows? Well, anyway, I'm for serious. I'm Bubba. I'm joined with the real Matt and also
Yes.
Kate.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't-
man.
Kate, don't rub the eye makeup off.
Guys, it's been a long
It's
day.
not even that much. I'm surprised you guys
I
even notice
know.
it.
No, we notice everything.
You're fine, Kate. You're fine. Well, hey, we want to talk a little bit about what we've been playing. So let's take a little bit of time. And Kate, why don't you tell us about some of the, we'll just say like the nerd media that you've been engaging with. It may just be games, maybe books, podcasts, whatever. What are you into?
Well, this week I finished up that game Tales of Vesperia that I was playing last week.
Oh, you finished it?
I finished
job.
it.
Are you sure? Because last time you weren't.
Last
you
time
thought you
okay,
did.
on when I talked to you on whatever day that was, Monday, for the staff meeting, I said that I wasn't sure how much longer it was going to go for, but it was going longer than I thought. It ended.
All right. Well, that's the podcast.
It ended like that, like very abrupt, like yay, that's the end, and then end scene, done. I'm like, what? There's no more?
No,
there wasn't any more.
DLC, no end scenes.
Well, no, just a little bit more of like clarification. Like, what does it mean when you defeat the final boss? What impact does that have on the world? There was no more of that. So I said, all right, like, fine. I guess it's over. Fun game though.
Okay, so you liked it.
I did like it. It was about 30, roughly 30. And I got it on like a super sale for like $14.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good bang for your buck. 30 hours
for
$14.
It is. That's why I like to do that. I do care about bang for your buck. So speaking of that, the next game that I started is Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh. Wow.
What?
I guess I had assumed you'd already played it. Or like played it over Christmas or something.
She's been saving it.
I have been saving it because I had an order of games that I was going to play.
Yeah,
so now,
this
one was after Tales of Vesperia. I don't even know. That took me a couple of asparagus. It took me a couple weeks to beat that game.
Junior asparagus.
But yeah, I started this one. I forgot how much fun Spider-Man is.
It's so good.
It's super fun. The combat is so fun, and it's like you're in an action movie. Like you're really in a Marvel movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot how much fun it is to just like swing between the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so excited.
How far are you in? It?
An hour and a half, probably.
Did you already talk to Rhino?
Yes.
Do you say hello, tiny spiders?
Yes, he did say that. So I have talked to him. I'm excited about this game. It has such a vibe about it. Like the music of the whole thing really drives it home as something different and unique.
Yep.
So it's really
I agree.
Great.
I think that it's well done enough, and enough has changed that it's going to set it apart. It does set it apart from the other Spider-Man games.
Yeah, it's already set apart.
Yes. And
from what I've experienced so far.
Does it feel like a game or does it feel like DLC?
It feels like a game.
Feels like a game. When you play it 2.5 times, it really feels like a game. Just so you know. That's a whole nother story.
Got him. Yeah.
So
I'm
Steven's
looking
been
forward to
asking.
what's next.
Steven's been asking, when am I going to play Spider-Man? When am I going to play Spider-Man?
You just want to go right now, or we can finish up here? It's probably fine.
Hey, no, you get it.
How about you guys keep going and I'll go in the other room and play games?
Sure. Anyways, like I was saying,
that's what Matt does all the time.
I played another game and I beat it yesterday. And
it's so cute.
And Steven wanted me to play
so
it. It was super cute.
Oh my gosh.
It's got animals.
And I only paid $14.99, and I played it for 32 hours.
Can you make a video of that and do like a Kate mockumentary where you do that and you can dress up like
absolutely.
me?
Send me a KSM shirt first.
I'll tell you what, we'll just publish one we have. How about that?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, this one. Publish this one. So I'm excited about Spider-Man. I don't know what I'm gonna. Oh no, I think I do know what I'm gonna play after that, but I forgot what it's
good
called.
to have plans, yeah.
So.
Good.
Anyways, Matt, what have you been up to?
I feel like I need to there we go. Maybe I need to be here. Yeah, that's better.
All right.
Half my face is being cut off. I am.
It's fine, Matt. It's probably fine.
I know. I haven't really been playing a lot of different stuff. I've been playing one thing, and that's Fallout New Vegas.
Oh yeah,
and
isn't that Tyranny's favorite game?
Yes, it is. We've been talking a little bit about it. I hadn't played it since it probably came out 11 years ago. It's still just really, really good. The music's good. The combat is fun. Like I'm all about that VAT system because I'm a pretty terrible gamer anyways. So I need to
I love
slow
VATs,
things
man.
down a little bit. Let me shoot wherever I want to shoot. But it's just like I got to the point where I was like, I've got to be getting close to like over halfway probably. And there's just no way. Like the
no,
quests
that's not how Fallout
keep
works.
coming and keep coming and keep coming.
You fool!
Which is good.
That's not how Fallout
I just
works.
need to remember these things. But I've really been enjoying it, and I just want to keep playing it. Like it's finally a game I've been hooked back into.
It's good. I was worried about you for a while, man.
I'm genuinely so happy for you. I know it sounds fake the way that I said it, but I'm so happy.
I'm I'm genuinely so happy for you.
A lot of people have been worried about you, Matt, that you were just never going to come out of the funk of Red Dead, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
that it
it's
ruined
still
you for
there.
every other game.
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's fine.
It'll never go away. You can.
I
only
like
just...
Spider-Man. I like both Spider-Man games. I liked whatever other game I played in between Red Dead and Spider-Man.
NHL.
And that's the one, yeah. And something else.
Lion
too.
King.
I
Yeah.
didn't like that one. No, thank you. And for those of you who watched me stream on Wednesday, I also played WWE Battlegrounds.
Yes, you did.
It wasn't my choice of the game I wanted to go to, but everyone talked me into it, and it was.
Nobody talked to you. I mentioned it once, and you're like, I guess I'll play it.
You mentioned it, and other people meant like, yeah, fight people, whatever.
Yeah, whatever that,
Yeah,
you play what you want.
Wrestle them. And
You
it
tried to
was
play Destruction Card Derby.
Destruction All Stars,
there
but
it
I
is.
just couldn't like. No one has a PS5, I guess, so no one else was playing it, and I couldn't get into.
Ooh,
a
that's
game
the
with them.
elite life right there.
That is the elite.
Yeah.
life.
You
couldn't- first
I
world
played
problem.
The tutorial. It was fun. I will play it again.
Yep.
But then I dove into a PlayStation Now game, WWE Battlegrounds. Stone Cold Steve Austin was just
Cold Stone, Steve Austin.
Yeah, he was not himself in that game. That's what I'll say. He was not himself.
He was very agreeable, and he rode a Vespa.
Yeah, you got it, dude. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun speaking for the people as they
Speaking
entered
for the people.
well, because there's no like real dialogue, so I had to make up all of my own.
It was so
It
good.
was good.
Oh my gosh. Go back and watch the VOD here on twitch.tv/lovethynerd. It's so good. I was in stitches, and almost as good as you reading, or not reading, but just making up the dialogue while they're coming in, was watching Aaron react to all the crazy things that you were saying. It was so good. It was so good.
She didn't take me aside and be like, "Hey, you shouldn't have said that one time." So I feel pretty good about what was said.
No,
Sometimes
it was
like,
dude, that was gold.
okay, great. Sometimes I can get a little bit carried away and
You did.
say
Yeah.
some things that shouldn't be said. Not in like just like they're more inappropriate, you know.
Yeah, no
but I was
no
safe. It was
Voldemort
fine.
words.
Yeah,
You
it
were
was
good.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. Maybe I'll play it again one day. The last thing I will mention, besides watching The Expanse, we have one episode left on this latest season. Loved it. We just also finished. Why is the blood? The
Okay,
the first
Bubba,
12
quick,
letters.
start
it's
guessing.
on Apple
start guessing.
TV for all mankind. There we go. For all
Yeah,
mankind.
oh yeah. The
Just
man.
for this, she's a man. No, for all mankind, it's on Apple TV. I talked a little bit about it last week, but we just finished the
Yeah.
first season, and
Yeah.
like that, it starts off so slow, like where I'm like, am I gonna enjoy this? Like, I have nothing else to watch right now. Like, I guess we'll just kind of power through. And you get to like episode 5, and you're like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like an alternate version of the space race. And what if it continued in the future? A lot of stuff's going on out there.
Who's crying?
No, it's probably fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
Penny probably. I think that's all.
That's
I've been
Aaron.
doing. We're also getting ready to move, so it's kind of been hopefully move. We're gonna show our house on Sunday to a person for the first. A couple who goes to our church is also trying to buy a house. We're like,
Hey.
you can come see ours. Here's what it is. Here's what we're asking for it. And they're like, well, can we come on Sunday and check it out? So like today and tomorrow, and then Sunday morning it'll be like a mad scramble to finish things up. So
Wow, are you gonna
Just,
like?
here's what you tell them you got a lot of offers on the table, a lot of interested buyers.
Yep.
People are already offering over sticker price.
Sticker price.
Yeah, I'll let
also,
'em
hey,
know.
I heard that you should like make cookies in the house so that when people come in, it smells like cookies and it feels more like
what if they're
home.
allergic? You ever think of that?
To cookies?
To cookies?
What do you mean?
You don't want them buying your house.
Who do you know who's been allergic to
I'm
cookies?
just saying people are allergic to the weirdest things. So what if I
My
smear
sister's
peanut,
allergic to cinnamon.
yeah, I'll smear peanut butter on all the surfaces.
I'm allergic to cats,
That'll
so if
teach
I
'em.
went in your house and you're like 2 random cats, I'd be...
They're not random. They have names. There's Remus and Spinerba, according to Penny.
Minerva, no.
Spinerva.
Hey, I've been missing my daily updates of Minerva, by the way.
She's so sweet. She's so kind. She won't snuggle you very much, but she's very kind. She lets me pick her up every day. We stare out the window together, like an old man and his
nice.
cat. We'll post tonight. Okay, just
Yeah, come
Okay,
on.
thank
I need
goodness,
more of it.
'cause-
Yeah, I mean, I think I've had about all of the Remus and Matt napping pictures that I can handle
I
for a
don't know
year.
if you
So,
have.
and
I mean, you
it's only
looked dead
February.
in that one that Aaron posted.
Well, I
Or
didn't like.
You
I
had
didn't
your
want-
arms crossed
Remus,
over
I
you
know,
like
but
this.
Remus. I'm going to say this, and we can move on to Bubba's games. Remus, when he lays on your chest, like he doesn't just lay there and sleep. If he wants attention, he'll reach out with his little paw and like bat your chin or your neck, like, "Hey, I'm still here. Please pet me." And you're like, at first times times
Yeah.
it's okay,
Aw,
but he's not
cute,
using his
yeah.
claws. But then he's like, "You know what I'm gonna do? Like this will probably really get him." But at least he snuggles, and that's nice. He
Yeah.
knows I'm the
Well,
alpha male.
I think he says the same thing to his friends about you. He knows I'm the alpha
Yeah, he
male.
knows. If I'll claw his neck, he's gonna pet me. I know he will.
Yeah, when he lays down, I just lay on top of
Yeah,
him.
that'll teach him. Yeah, it's how you assert your dominance. Bubba, what have you been playing?
So I've been playing games, which is really cool. I've been playing a lot more of them lately. If you guys follow the Free Play podcast, you know that I don't necessarily play a lot of games, or I haven't in the past. I have a lot of games. I just don't get around to playing them. But
Congratulations.
I've been getting a little bit more into Fortnite. We've already talked about that. We played a little bit of Warzone last night. 2 nights ago, though, here's the deal. 2 nights ago, we played a game called Phasmophobia. And this is...
What's that mean?
It's a ghost... So Phasmophobia is the fear of ghosts.
Oh, someone was telling me about this. My friend
Never
Ryan
heard
was
of
saying
it.
this. Like, it's on Steam, and you're trying to like you use a flashlight.
You have a whole bunch of things. Like you start off in the back of a truck, basically, like a trailer, and it's got computer screens and all sorts of stuff, and then there's a rack there for you to get your equipment. And so depending on what you actually have money to buy, you get equipment, and then you have to go into the house or the farm or the school or whatever the level is that you're doing, and you have to identify this ghost that's there.
What's his name?
Well, it gives you the name of the ghost
Give
and
me
a little bit
couple
of
name examples.
Yeah, what are some examples?
Michael Jackson.
I
What?
don't believe it.
That's not a
he's
joke.
dead.
Michael Jackson. I think Gary White was another one. Like
Gary White? Barry
the
White's dad?
Gary White. Yeah. Gerald White. So like it's crazy because it encourages you to use in-game chat, and I hate in-game chat. I hate it. But it gives you everything's push to talk, and it gives you proximity chat. So if you go to the end of the hallway, you're like,
I think I just saw
I
Gary
can-
White over here.
yes, I can barely hear you. And then you have like a comms, like a walkie-talkie button that you can also push. But when the ghost comes, because like he'll come or she will come, then the comms cut out. And you have different objectives that you have to do, and you have to identify the ghost. So it's bananas crazy.
Sounds
and
intense.
It's freaking spoopy. I'm not gonna lie,
On
man.
a
Like,
scale of 1 to spoopy, like
it depends on when you're playing. I was playing at about midnight
yeah,
with
that's
my
when
brother.
the ghouls come out.
Did you hear
Yeah.
Drew Dixon's voice in this game as well?
He heard it
I
in his
did.
dreams.
I did. That was another name of one of the ghosts.
That was one of the
Drew
ghosts.
Dixon.
Drew Dixon.
No, it was Drew Dixon's claw hand. That's what it was.
Drew Claw. But so like with the chat, it gives you their name and tells you a little bit about them inside the truck, and then you can call out to the ghost to tell to have them kind of show up a little bit. So you say that Michael Jackson,
Beetlejuice,
Drew Dixon, where
yeah,
are you?
and it can make them appear in the game. Like you can antagonize them, but they can also kill you. So it's like it's high risk, high reward. Yeah.
Well, I'll check it out.
But I liked it. It was fun. I think it would be a great game, and I know that a lot of the people play. I know a lot of our LTM people play it, so I think it'd be a great game to get together and play. It's silly fun. It really is. What else did I play? That's the. I want to play that in VR, so that it has a VR option as well.
VR.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
when you load it up,
special.
it's like, hey, you want to play in VR or not? And
Do you
so
want to pee yourself or nah?
I want to play
Yeah,
it in
he
VR.
does. He does.
Okay,
He
I
does.
just want. I had to ask.
I feel like if playing that game in VR, like I'd probably I'd get scared playing it outside in the middle of the day. Like that's the kind of, because VR is like, if you've not played VR, it's very immersive. Like way more immersive than it sounds if you've never experienced it.
I've never experienced it.
I've never experienced it.
Matt, have you not?
Here's the thing: when you go to conventions, and this
Here's
is
the
even
thing.
before the COVID. Kate, let me.
Oh,
finish.
yeah.
This is before COVID. And I was like, I don't want to put that on my face. Much, and I didn't.
Much,
So
just some.
I didn't do it. I just watched other people do it. Look at me now, healthy as a fiddle, fit as a phoenix.
Almost.
Fit as a church mouse.
You're almost
Yep.
there.
Here we go.
I've also been watching some stuff. So we got HBO Max because it's just time. I mean, like it's been reaching its grubby little hands into my wallet for a long time. Never could quite get a hold of my credit card. Last week it found my credit card.
Not again.
And so The Little Things, the new Denzel Washington movie that if you've watched a YouTube video in the past month, you've probably seen.
I've seen. Even I know about it.
And so I watched that. Anna and I did. Weird movie. Super weird movie.
Okay.
I have a lot of questions, but mainly because it doesn't answer any of them.
Mm-hmm.
All that movie does is continually ask questions. So
I like
we watched that, and then like a guilty vice of mine is Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and every episode is on HBO Max. Used to watch that back when it was like legit on Adult Swim.
I'm trying as hard as I can.
And I cannot recommend this, but I watched A Lovecraft Country. I cannot
What's that?
recommend it, and I will not recommend it, but I did watch it
Okay.
from tip to tail.
I wanted to
Lovecraft
watch
Country
it.
is a story. It's a very fascinating
It's a
like
story.
adaptation. It's more a story about like race relations than anything.
Okay.
And just the way that it handles it, I think, is masterfully done. But there's just so much in there that does and doesn't have to do with that, that I can't in good conscience be the guy that's like, Bubba told me I should watch Lovecraft Country. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you I have watched it.
Okay.
You're admitting that
so-
you've watched it.
I have watched it, yes.
Okay.
And I watched all of it. And when season 2 comes out, I will probably do that. Because
Okay.
the story is very engaging. Very, very, very engaging. But those are just some of the things that I've been watching and playing, and that we've been watching and playing and doing. I'm trying to get back into comics. I'm having a hard time. Comics are very hard for me. Just mainly because I want to binge them, and they're not as passive a medium as I need them to be. Maybe, Matt, if you read comics to me,
Okay.
I would get through more of them.
Sure.
How about he reads the comic to you while he's pretending to be me?
Oh.
I would rather you pretended to be Cold Stone Steve Austin, if I'm being picky here. Yeah.
In the words of Cold Stone. What?
No, in the words of Cold Stone, you got it, dude.
You got it, dude. Let me grab my Vespa.
Jeez.
Oh, man. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us in this section here in chat, for letting us know what you guys have been playing and watching and all sorts of stuff. Let us know on social media at Free Play Podcast. What are you interested in? What should we be watching, reading, or playing? We want to know more about it, and maybe next week we'll come back and have a little bit to say about it. Also, WandaVision. We've been watching WandaVision. Matt, you and I.
Well, I haven't.
Just go watch WandaVision. Just go do it.
I'll consider it.
WandaVision is a Disney Plus seller. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't watch anything else on Disney Plus,
Well, watch
WandaVision.
Mandalorian too, okay?
I'm saying if you don't watch
Oh.
it.
Okay, fine. I'll
watch me.
consider
If
it.
you
I'll
do-
consider it. I'll consider
Hey,
it.
just trust us. The episode's only 30 minutes long.
Yeah, but I'm busy with another Netflix thing, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
It'll be great.
Well, hey, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Google Stadia, the state of Google Stadia. So sit right there, and we'll be back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
This week in Nerd History, up in the sky, look! Now, you might think I said that backwards, but the truth is that is exactly how it originally aired on the Adventures of Superman radio serial. 15-minute shows that aired 3 to 5 times a week beginning on February 12th in 1940. Only later in the radio series would it eventually be changed to Look Up in the Sky at the beginning of every episode. And there were quite a few other differences as well. In the first few episodes, Superman's home planet of Krypton is located just on the far side of the sun, as opposed to a distant star system as in most stories. During the journey to Earth, baby Kal-El grows into an adult and emerges fully grown from his ship after it lands on Earth. He is never adopted by the Kents, but immediately begins his superhero career. This was eventually retconned in later episodes to match the narrative of the comic books. I'm Radio Matt. See you next time for more Nerd History.
Welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. My name is Bubba. I know my own name. Don't look at me like that.
Wasn't sure.
Don't listen to me like that. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, lovethynerd.com/freeplay, wherever you're listening, don't listen at me like that. I know my name. And we are talking with Kate, also who is here, and
I'm
Matt.
here.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I
whatever.
rambled for too long.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
forgot if I even said
No.
other people are here. We're talking today about Google Stadia. If you're not familiar with what Google Stadia is, that's okay, honestly. We have definitely talked about it here. I wouldn't say ad nauseum, but we have talked about it quite a bit on what it is. It's basically Google's streaming platform. So you can play a game. We'll say, for instance, they were really pushing Assassin's Creed. I think it was Origins at the time.
Oranges, yeah.
Assassin's Creed Oranges.
I don't
Right,
know.
Kate?
I
That's
honestly don't know. I don't follow
Is
Stadia.
that the Egyptian one?
because- Yes.
Odyssey.
No. You
Which
had
one's
it-
the
you-
new one?
You had
The
it-
newest, not Valhalla.
Origins is
The Egyptian
Egypt.
one?
Odyssey is Greece.
It's Mario, yes.
Yes.
Odyssey was the Alexa thing. I remember now.
Mario.
They do a lot of. You remember when they made the Alexa Echo? That was like, it had a Spartan helmet on. You don't remember this?
No.
Internet's a great place. Yeah.
Zero recollection.
So anyway, Google Stadia, you can basically watch a YouTube video of a game, say for instance Destiny 2, which I know is on there. You can watch an ad for it, and then you can click play game right from your browser, and it's not like Newgrounds or eBaum's World or anything like that. Like
eBaum's World.
Palms World. Oh
That's
my
a
gosh.
throwback.
Get out of here.
That is a big throwback.
Yeah. So it's not like one of those. It's not like a flash game, but you're basically playing in browser on a supercomputer, a CPU, which is a neural net processor, on Google servers. And so you don't have to have a smoking hot machine in order to play these games that are really like massive resource hogs. The caveat is it's on the internet. So in order to do that, you have to have good internet at your house. So if you live out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, rural America, you can't really play very well. And the funny thing is, some people even in suburban America couldn't play very well either. So it was really touch or go, hit or miss as to whether or not this could work. We've seen a lot of things like this come out lately. A lot of talk about Microsoft xCloud, which allows you to play the games that you have purchased in the cloud, not play them on your machine, but play them in the cloud via an app. And what else? Steam had something similar to that, I think, with Steam Link, and then NVIDIA had a Shield or Shadow. I forget. They have so many different names for things, but there are a bunch of different services out there that do this. And like PlayStation Now, that's one of those things
Yeah, I was going
where
to say that I'm playing Fallout on PlayStation Now. It's a stream as well.
well, and WWE Battlegrounds.
Yep, that's right. I streamed right up. Let's not bear the lead here, okay?
So you don't necessarily have to have. I mean, this is an oversimplification because you're playing on a different machine somewhere else, streaming WWE Battlegrounds or whatever. But you also have a PlayStation 5, which is
Yeah, I like to dumb it down a little bit. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to overdo it.
So it makes a lot more sense on the PC side of things where you may not have, $1,500 for a graphics card.
Right.
So enter Google Stadia, right? Who better to do it than Google?
Allegedly.
They own, the internet. And so it makes a lot of sense for them to go ahead and pick this up. Well, they did that. And now they're basically done with it.
Why?
Rest in peace.
Because Google.
Well,
I don't feel like that's shade. Google does this. They start things.
yeah, just think
Hey,
about
Matt, how are you
the,
enjoying your Google glasses over there?
Google social media. What was it called?
I
Google
hear
Plus?
Google
I love
Plus.
Google Plus, man.
the glasses I hear are making somewhat of a comeback. Not with Google though, with Apple.
With Apple?
They're supposed to announce them and show them off in the next year. I don't know.
Well, and here's the thing that's like specific about what we're talking about and what's in the news is, and it's confusing because I was confused and I said this to you, Bub. I said, they're done. Google Stadia is done. Rest in peace. Like poor Drew Dixon. That's what his favorite. He loves to game on that platform.
He just got Google Stadia.
He just got it and he's really excited about
Yeah.
it. But upon further research, it's like the game development side of it is
Yeah.
saying goodnight, not
Yeah.
the thing as a whole. So it's like they're going
We
to
hear everybody in the chat on Twitch. We hear you, okay? We understand that Google Stadia is not shutting down, but that's what all of the marketing...
That's what the marketing, everything...
All the clickbait is saying that.
Everything you look at says that. So it's like, which it's not a lie, but it's also not the truth.
They're shutting down the first party support for game development, which
Yes.
for me, I do not care. I cannot even name one game that Google has made through Google Stadia, or that they even have in development
Yeah.
through Google Stadia Studios or whatever.
Go
it was
ahead,
called.
Matt. What is your guess? What are the names of the games that you know of?
Ollie, that skateboard game.
Is it? Okay, you don't know.
Woodle.
Destiny
Woodle.
3.
No, so that is what is actually happening is that they're just no longer producing quote unquote first party Google Stadia games. Correct?
Yeah.
Are we on the same page?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like that was one of the things that I wanted to kind of do was to say the sky was falling, but then to really pull back and be like, it's not though.
Yeah, it's actually
They're still
not.
going to support the service.
Yes.
They said that if third-party developers, which is the whole service, if they want to develop games for Stadia, they still can. Now, the problem is, are these companies going to do that? I don't know.
I don't know either, but they in one article they talked about the success of Cyberpunk on Stadia, and I'm like, was it?
I would imagine so. Because what was the final form of Cyberpunk 2077?
It's not in its final
The PC
form.
version. But that was like the best way to play it, right? If you had,
from what I've heard,
if you were trying to play it on your Xbox 360, it just wasn't going to happen. But
That was original
I
Xbox things.
I got the Wii version personally,
Just
because
Dance
that's a system
2022,
that
yeah.
will never die. And so, if you could play it online through a web browser, that makes the most sense for a game like that.
yeah,
And maybe some games will push in that direction. Like if it's we're already. I looked up at my computer because I'm looking at an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070, which
a
is
lot of words.
basically an impossible graphics card to get. I'm looking at one of those right now, and I'm like, 12 people in the world have one of those? That's not true. But it feels like when Matt was trying to play Destruction All-Stars on the PlayStation 5, it's like this is a thing that nobody has right now.
yeah.
So if, as a consumer, I didn't have to use my time to then transform it into a full-time job to look for computer parts, I could just pay $15 a month to play anything I wanted to. That sounds like a good idea. I just don't know. Like, that's from a consumer side, right? I don't know from a creator side if there's enough money there.
This.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. This reminds me a little bit of what happened. It's not apples to apples here. It reminds me a little bit of what happened with the Wii U, where Nintendo was making games, but they weren't making very good games. So you almost could count them as, I know someone's going to be triggered here in the chat, and listening. Like, they weren't making very good games. So then third-party developers, they're not going to continue to make games for that same system. So if you have a system with Stadia and they're not making games, are these third parties actually going to want to make games? If you're making
That's a great
trash
question.
games,
That is a good question.
like, why would they? Like,
So I think back to you guys remember Ouya?
Yeah.
Remember that debacle?
Oh yeah.
Yes, you
I
were
guess
all
that
excited.
reggae song.
You were super excited.
That was my first Kickstarter. My very first Kickstarter. And I still have it somewhere in a box. Like, the idea behind that was mind-blowing, right? So it was this open source, like, Android-based gaming device. And as a guy who hasn't had an Android device in a very long time, I was still excited about that because it meant that there was going to be so many more options for games to play on consoles. When in reality, all that happened, basically, I'm not 100%, but like 90% of what we saw on the Ouya was mobile games. That's all it was. It was like, hey, this is already a mobile platform. It's Android, Cookie Crunch or Gingerbread or whatever it was at the time. So I've already developed an app for this. I'll just upload it to their app store with like no other thought to it whatsoever.
You're talking about Candy Crush?
No.
Cookie
No,
Crunch?
so like
It was Cookie Crunch.
Android, the name for all of their different versions, they did them after like baked goods and sweets and stuff like that. So yeah, one was like ice cream cone and
Yum.
I'm a Mac.
yeah, your Ouya was. I'm sorry that your Ouya was stolen. That person was probably very disappointed when they got it. But I don't know. Like this might be it. There's a service out there called Shadow that you can go, and this is where I got the Shadow from. That you can get access to a PC to use for PC things. And in doing that, it allows you to have a full PC from anywhere in the world. So you can load Photoshop or whatever and like do all the things that you normally do on a real computer, or load Steam on it and do all these other things.
What am I going to do about my computer room that has the giant towers in it, though?
Exactly. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah. Now you can't write that space off. Can't
That's
no
right.
tax
My
write-off.
computer room.
Yeah, I just tell them I write off Google's entire facility because I don't know where it is. I just know it's over there.
That's probably true.
Well, I don't know. When I first saw this,
Great segue.
when I first saw this, I was like, that doesn't surprise me. They're going out of business. Poor Drew. Those were the thoughts going through my head because I know Drew's been having a lot of fun with it. But like I said earlier, that's not actually what's going on. The fate of Google Stadia is still very much unknown. And I mean, could people really want to develop their games for this platform and push it through? Sure. Could they all just give up on it? Sure.
Yeah.
It's too early to
Honestly,
tell, but
do you all think, I'm talking to Matt and Kate and anybody who's listening, do you think that somebody could look at this and go, we could either develop for Google or we could jump on what is the new trend of XYZ Plus and just do it ourselves? Like, what would it take to host our own servers and all that stuff and make you download our app and all that?
Yeah.
Because when Steam came out, Steam was basically the only thing that was out there to go and get all the games and do all that stuff in one place. And now, like, you look at Fortnite. Fortnite is on the Epic game launcher. If you're on PC, they could have put it on Steam, but they didn't. They put it on their own thing. Mm-hmm. And you have all the you have GOG. You have even Amazon has their own game platform on the PC and all that stuff. I wonder if people are like, yeah, you know what, this might be like GameStonk kind of a deal. Like these big conglomerates want to control everything. They don't have to. So we have 14,000 streaming services now, and I think this could go that way again because I think we're in the dip. Like cable was good until it wasn't. And then everything was starting to, break off, and I didn't have to have cable. I didn't have to pay, $60 a month for cable.
We had Netflix.
Yeah.
Everybody had Netflix.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
had-
So, but now I have to pay $160 to watch all the shows that I want across 15 platforms. And
Well,
I don't know.
I'm thinking of it this way also is, if you're paying for Netflix, part of what you're paying for is for the awesome Netflix exclusives, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So with Stadia, it's kind of like, okay, well, this platform doesn't even have it together enough to make games that are good on their own thing. They just straight up gave up. So why should players invest in something that the developers kind of didn't even invest in? And what does that say for other companies who may want to put their games on that platform?
I don't know. I wonder though. I mean, like it just like the marketing of it all, I think the media is clinging to something that's not nearly as big as we think it is.
I agree.
Like for real. Like a lot of people didn't even care about Stadia. And now it's going away and they're like, see, it told you. Oh man, they couldn't keep it together. And it's like, you didn't care about Google Stadia a week ago. You didn't care about this. Now you have something to report on, and so you want to make a big deal about it.
Yeah, and like a human interest story where it's like now all these devs are out of jobs.
Yeah.
You can come paint my house. I'll pay him a little bit.
Which I don't even know what those numbers are. I mean, I know that the head of the studio left, but again, like that, I don't want to say nothing has been done, but I haven't seen anything come from there being an actual studio for Google Stadia yet.
Yeah.
And so to me, I know that people are losing their jobs and I don't want to make light of that, but from just a strictly consumer standpoint, this is kind of a no harm, no foul. I shouldn't be mad as a consumer that I didn't receive something that didn't exist. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
This isn't Sentinels of Earth Prime, Matt. This is not.
Do not get me started here.
Yeah.
on that, please.
That's not what this is, right? Like we haven't purchased something that was promised to us to exist. You can still play games on the platform. You can. Probably better games than were going to be developed for said platform, if we're being real. So, I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. I mean, we're just a bunch of question marks over here. I have played Stadia. I think I'm the only one of the three of us that have played
I've seen one
Google
before.
Stadia.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
You've seen it?
Seen
like
it? Have
Virtual
you seen it or
Boy?
have you played
Like
it?
Virtual
It's
Boy?
well, it has the same color scheme. It's all red.
Okay, yeah, because I put my eyes on it and it's just red and
Absolutely.
black. It makes me go a little bit blind.
Yeah, and also don't mind my kids. They know I'm recording,
you
but
hear mine. It's fine.
they only listen to their real dad. So
Kids.
yeah. Well, hey, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we're gonna close out the show. And I got a story. I got a great story for you. Something that's real, that's happening in my life, and I wanna share it with you guys. Hashtag not a sponsor. Right here
Okay,
on the Free Play.
Oh
know what
my
it
gosh.
is.
Get out of here.
Come on.
Hey.
We here at LTN Radio know that not everybody is nerdy in the same ways. You might find yourself in a situation where you hear a word or phrase that you've never seen before and have no idea what it means. Well, have no fear. We're here to help. Today's term is replicators. Now, anyone familiar with Star Trek knows that a replicator is a device on board all of Starfleet ships that can create food, clothing, supplies, tools, pretty much anything that is needed in space because, there's no factories or farms up there. But if we turn our attention instead to another star property, Stargate, we are introduced to the replicators in Stargate SG-1. They are an insidious mechanical form of life that plagued the cosmos and were able to overcome the efforts of the most powerful race in the galaxy, the Asgard. They existed only to evolve and replicate themselves from any viable material present in their environment, working with others of its kind in a kind of group mind setting. In fact, not entirely unlike the Borg, except in Stargate, they're tiny little robot spiders, and, the Borg are fully realized people. However, I think I'd rather take the Borg. Yeah. Replicator spiders are pretty creepy. I'm Radio Matt, and I hope I've made your life just a little bit nerdier.
Hey, and welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. My name is Bubba, joined with Matt and Kate, and we're going to close out our show today. And I want to share a piece of my life that has been absolutely life-changing.
I already know what it is. You haven't even said anything.
Life-changing. Guys, Dr. Squatch deodorant is so good. This is what happens when Facebook marketing knows you more than you know yourself.
Well,
okay?
I finally got him trained to show me good stuff, so maybe.
Here's the deal. Anna's got her eye roll going on, but man, I tell you what, like she should be the biggest proponent of this stuff, because she basically would tell me, you're not allowed to get into this bed unless you've showered.
That's true. You take a lot of showers in the middle of the day because you just can't handle it anymore.
I can't. You guys know me.
Yeah.
I have a rule. If I reach out and I can smell myself, I have to stop what I'm doing, get up and go take a shower.
Yep.
I just have to. Now, I mean, I've only had this thing for like yesterday and today. I reach out on purpose. Like I went through yesterday, just kind of like optimistically, skeptically optimistic here. And I would, like 3 hours in, just give it a little sniff. I'm like, that sounds it smells exactly the same as when I put the deodorant on. And then, turned around 5 hours later, not 5 hours from the start, 5 hours later.
So
did the
8
same
hours
thing.
Total. From
yes, and I've like got my kids. I'm like, kids, come smell
this
daddy's
kid over
armpits.
here
my
right now.
gosh.
And they were like, wow, that smells really good. And it did. I went to bed last night at like 2 a.m., all right? After applying
Were you
this
waiting up
stuff.
and just smelling periodically so you stayed up all
trying
night?
to wait out the smell.
Well, Matt's not wrong, okay? So like this is kind of what was going on. But I was doing other things. And before I went to bed at 2 a.m., I did the sniff test, and I was like, this is insane. It smelled just as good as the moment I put it on, like 13 hours later.
Hey, Bubba, a little bird just told me that they have an affiliate program.
I'm all about it.
Okay, well,
I'm
hit
all
him
about
up.
this.
You're the public relations, whatever. Tell him the Free Play Podcast
Yes.
is a really good thing.
CPR,
and
certified.
just make
Yeah,
it.
Free Play is CPR certified.
See, do they make stuff for girls? I don't think so.
Ladies,
not girls.
Oh,
No,
I call
but
it
there
girls.
is other stuff. So Anna is going to look into Lumia.
Lumi, I know
I think
what
is
that
what it's
one
called.
is.
Lumi, you know what it is.
I get
They
shown
have
ads all the
really
time for
funny,
it.
They have really funny ads. They have like
Yeah, because it's made by the ad people.
yeah,
Like,
movie ads.
Yeah, well, you know what? I
Yeah.
bought their product one time and the lid was stuck on, so.
You should
Well,
have
you
sent
gotta
it back.
take it off. Yeah.
I can't send my book back because the cover's ripped.
No, I sent them a message on Facebook, an angry message, saying, "Do you
It's
know
gonna
who
come
I
off
am?
anyways. What's
Do you
the
know who
point?"
I am? This lid is stuck on." And they said, "Well, try to get it off."
We can't do it. Maybe put it in the oven for a while.
Well, maybe.
yes, just to answer a question, I absolutely did make the people in my house smell my
yeah,
armpits.
you
But
Yeah, that's
it
real.
was-
I didn't even question that or
it was
anything.
for science, like, and
It is.
it was for their benefit too. It's not like, it wasn't bad. Like, I wanted people to join me on this journey of discovery.
Well,
I don't use.
And about, okay, go ahead.
I don't use Dr. Sasquatch's deodorant nor toothpaste. Mr.
Dr. Sasquatch?
Yeah, you almost
It's
got
Dr.
it.
Squatch.
You almost
Okay.
got
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
Dr. Sasquatch is his
But,
father.
Leave him alone.
We've talked about this before. I don't really wear deodorant much, anyways. But when I do, I wear Dr. Teal's because he's a
okay.
real.
So we
doctor.
have two combating brands here.
And I also feel like this is like one of those crunchy hippie deodorants that doesn't have a.
I have tried those before.
I know this one. I think is very comparable to Mr. Sasquatch's deodorant, PhD. And it's the same deal. Like, yeah, it lasts forever. It really does. So
It's crazy. It's absolutely bananas crazy. And mine, like the flavor that I'm wearing, is
pine nuts.
what is it, like bay rum or something like that? Like
Yeah.
it's like pirate stuff.
okay, and then it
beverage.
would probably be that.
And it smells fantastic. It smells so good. So I also got the toothpaste, and I had to apologize to Anna because it's men's toothpaste, and I'm afraid what will happen if she uses it.
Oh,
so I just want to make sure that
come
she
on.
knows.
That's like there was that.
That's what it says.
There was that Dr. Pepper that was like for dudes.
For men?
Yeah, and
Oh,
my
yeah.
dad had a
Count 10
bunch of
Dr.
it.
Pepper
calories, yeah.
Bold.
Well,
Yeah.
my
That was like
dad
a
had a
10
bunch of
calorie
it
one,
at
right?
his house, and that was like the only soda there was to drink. And I'm like drinking it, and he's like, "You can't drink that. That's for guys only." And I was like, "It tastes the same as a normal Dr. Pepper. It'll be fine." It was fine.
Yeah. You don't know what it's doing to your inside.
testosterone level like shot through the roof. After
Is that why I
drinking a
punched
couple
through
of
the
them.
wall after, like Andy Bernard?
Yeah, you raged out. You
You can't
got
see
a
this
little
wall
roid
over
rage.
here. You can't see this wall over here. It's just Swiss cheese. I'm on my rage.
No, that didn't happen. That
Oh,
didn't happen.
it didn't. I thought your Dr. Pepper turned it into actual
No,
Swiss
I just got
cheese. It has
stronger, and
magical
and my
properties.
muscles
Ooh,
have been
Kate, put
big
this
ever
away.
since. That's why you get all
You
irritated.
got those things registered?
When I here's to the listeners. I wore a tank top once, and Bubba made a comment on like how big my muscles
The
were. And he
drummer
was
arms.
really
Get out of here,
scared.
Kate.
That's
He
true.
was really
yeah.
scared and made a comment about the tank top. The way
Well,
it
but
was.
I'm very proud of you. Keep it up,
I'm
okay?
excited. I'm excited. Like I bought the toothpaste. There's a morning toothpaste and an evening toothpaste. Well, like one is supposed to like energize you, and then the other one is supposed to, just kind of, it's peppermint or whatever. The other one's like a citrus, like a wakey.
Okay, how about you send me
kind of
the
a deal.
ingredients and I'll send it to my dad and be like, "Well, this
It's all snake oil.
this
Just know that. Like, I
turn-
mean,
I knew it.
But
cod liver oil
they-
too.
they also do like barred soap, but it's like chunked cuts. And so somebody asked me, they were like, "Hey, have you tried the soap?" And I'm gonna be real. I don't like soap, like bar soap, because soap scum is a real thing, and I don't like feeling clammy after I
Yeah.
get out of the shower. I go into the shower to feel fresh
I don't-
coming out of the shower.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you not have? What kind of soap do you use?
this episode is
okay.
going off the rails.
I know.
It's
We'll,
done.
No,
we'll wrap
this
it
is
up.
exactly
We'll
where
wrap
it
up.
needs to
We'll
go.
wrap it up here in a minute. I can go either route. We have like a citrusy like body wash stuff, but sometimes
Yeah.
I just use a bar of soap, like a Dove bar of soap, because it doesn't bother me.
For me, like what a stupid test, right? I'm not a professional soap haver, but like if I can't like easily just like guide my hand over my shoulder, like if it gets stuck as it's going, I don't feel clean. And that's what I feel like soap, like bar soap does
Maybe
to
not
me.
pressing hard enough.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
press
have
harder?
to make sure that it gets on there.
Well, I don't know, but I had somebody bought me organic soap, like legit, like oatmeal soap for Christmas. Hey, Matt, you should know exactly what it is. They got it from out there in Kentucky and Amish land, and so like that's your backyard right there. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah. It's not like Fight Club
Yeah,
soap,
we've
but it's
learned a lot
pretty
of
close.
things today. That's for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? Here, I'm going to make a chart that will track how many times Matt and I have to wait for you this season to take a shower while you're using this
Thank you.
deodorant.
It's gonna be zero.
So-
It's gonna be zero.
Well, you don't know that, so we'll see. And then we'll see on those days that you did take a shower what happened.
Well, I'm gonna get the bar soap because somebody said that it's really good, and so I'm gonna test it out.
Okay, good. You
And I'll
should do
report
it.
back with my findings.
I cannot wait.
Do it, and I will have this
Not a sponsor. yet.
chart thing available at the end of the year for all the free play listeners.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
wanna-
Something to track. Something to look forward to.
Kate, can we also like put the amount of times we have to wait for him while he goes to the bathroom?
Yeah, we'll do
You
that too.
told me to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Well, we just know.
Okay, so
we
I'll mark one down for
mentioned
today.
it.
I'll mark one down
No,
for today.
that doesn't. It shouldn't count.
Yes,
you
it
told
does.
me to go.
We didn't tell you.
No, we didn't.
I was trying to be accommodating.
volunteer.
No. We
No,
said
you said go to the bathroom.
we said we were going to have a conversation that wasn't like really applicable to you.
Matt said,
and you said, "Okay,
go
I'll
to the
get up and
bathroom.
go."
You know, somebody clip it. Somebody clip it.
I'm having so much
All right.
fun.
Well, hey, let's close out this show.
Please.
If this is your first time here at the Free Play Podcast, this is basically what we do. Nobody.
We're really derailed today. that
Yeah.
last
We were
bit.
really
Bo really brings it out. of
I'm
us.
sorry everyone. We
man.
really are trying our best. This is the best we can do.
Dio for my Bio.
I can do a little better.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh no, we're already in it. This is
This is the outro.
I got confused. I thought we were doing.
now we're doing the real outro, the big outro.
Now we're doing. Hey, you know what? Thank you guys so much. I got so caught up in just having a conversation with my friends that I forgot I was actually like doing a
Where are we
podcast.
again?
Yeah,
What
time am I?
Cut almost all that
No, it's
out.
fine. I'm putting
Yeah.
down timestamps for him. He'll be fine.
Have fun with that, Clausen. Hey, that's gonna do it for episode 113 of the Free Play Podcast here in season 4. Be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube. We still have radio.com on here. I don't know.
Stadia,
If
yeah.
that's
Don't forget Stadia.
Stadia.
Google Stadia. Yeah. Check us out. We got an Ouya app coming at you. Probably
Ouya.
2022. Yeah, give us time. And also, you can find us online at ltnonair.com, where we have a radio station that you can listen to free play. We also got a lot of great stuff on there. And if you can't find us where you're trying to podcast, just go to lovethynerd.com/freeplay. It'll take you straight to us. Hey, if you're not already a part of the Love Thy Nerd Facebook group, just do it. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't pitch that any harder than that.
Don't even try.
That was my
That's
heater.
it. There's nothing
That's my
else.
fastball.
That's it.
Just search inside of Facebook for Love Thy Nerd. 2 things are going to come up. You're going to find our page. Go ahead and like that. And you're also going to find the community. Go ahead and request to join. I say request to join because you have to read the rules and answer one question, which is, what's up, nerd? That's it. You answer it, you're good. You'd be surprised at how many people are awaiting approval. There is no approval. It's 100% automated.
Just answer
like,
it. All right.
just answer the question.
Type
It's
anything.
really not hard.
Type anything.
Literally. Yeah. We've had people, I don't think you read this. We read it. Yeah. Also, we have Discord server, and that's the one that I would push. lovethynerd.com/Discord, !Discord in the chat here. That's where we've got a lot of great stuff. We were talking about WandaVision earlier. If you want to come and talk about WandaVision, we have a Marvel's spoiler section because we don't want to ruin it for anybody. We want you to experience what we've experienced in this journey.
Except Kate.
It's fine. I don't care. Spoilers. It's fine. You can tell me.
But come and hang out in Discord with us. You'll have a blast and you'll be glad that you did. Also, you can find us, Love Thy Nerd, on Facebook, like I said, Instagram and Twitter, at Love Thy Nerd on all of the major platforms. And you can also follow Free Play Podcast on Twitter, at Free Play Podcast.
Oh, yeah. That's
Well,
where it's at.
That's going to do it for us. Booyah, ooyah. Once again, I'm Bubba Stallcup.
Matt Warmbier.
I'm Kate Katawaki.
This is the first time.
Hey,
the
and
first
for our
time I've
cutman,
ever done
Jonathan
this.
Clausen, we will catch you next week. And if nobody else tells you this, just remember it's true. Jesus loves you, nerd.
This is the first time I've ever been on a podcast.
You have been listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. Be sure to rate and review the show and share on all the social media.
Let's see where I am. Whoa!